Okay, MCQ 16. In 16th MCQ, PA is equal to 1 by 2, PB equal to 0. PA equal to 1 by 2 and PB equal to 0. Then what is PA by B? Is dash. Now here first of all, if we find PA by B, then it is P A intersection B upon PB. Therefore here, if we see that the denominator is 0, which is not defined, therefore we can say that PB is equal to 0 and PA by B is not defined. So this way 16th MCQ is completed. Now we go for the 17th one. In 17th, it is given that A and B are two events such that PA by B is equal to PB by A. PA by B is equal to PB by A. Then which one is true? Then here first of all we have PA intersection B upon PB is equal to PB intersection A upon PA. It means what? Here these two are removed and PA equal to PB. So here both the events are equal, then it is possible that PA equal to PB. So our answer is D, that PA is equal to PB. So this way we completed this 13.1 exercise, and now we go for the next topic, which is the total probability and Bayes theorem, right? So this is very useful for your JEE and as well as your exam of board. So be careful. Okay, here multiplication theorem of probability. Let A and B be any two events associated with the same sample space, then PA intersection B is equal to PA into PB by A. And here another thing is also there, that PA intersection B equal to PB into PA by B. How can it is defined? Here PA by B is equal to PA intersection B upon PB. We just multiply this PB here, then we get this result. This A by B means second result is obtained, and B by A, then the first result is obtained by we applying the formula of PB by A. If we want to find the multiplication theorem of probability for more than two event, means 3 event, 4 event or more event, then how can we do this? Then let ABC be the 3 events associated with the same sample space. Then first of all, P A intersection B intersection C is equal to PA into PB by A into P C upon A intersection B. Okay, this is not only one, but here we take PA into P C by A into P B upon A intersection C. This is also the same thing. Now same way here, if we want to find with B, then PB P A by B into P C upon A intersection B. Same way PB into P C by B into P A upon B intersection C, right? Same way PC into P A by C into P B upon A intersection C, and PC P B by C into P A upon B intersection C. So there are 6 ways in which we can apply this theorem of multiplication theorem of probability more than 2 events, right? Here we take only 3, Same way we find with the n events are there, then we find the multiplicative law, right? But here in our course there is only 3 events. Multiplication is considered. Okay, so now we go for the next one. Next topic is independent event. If for any 2 event A and B, P A intersection B is equal to PA into PB, then A and B are independent event. Now for 3 events, if we take the 3 events, then for A, B, C, 3 events, PA intersection B is equal to PA into PB, P B intersection C is equal to PB into PC, and P A intersection C is equal to PA into PC. If these 3 terms are satisfied, then we can say that this is our first result. Then A, B, C are pairwise independent event. Right? For 2-2 pair, if this rule is satisfied or this rule is true, then we can say that ABC are pairwise independent. But when the third or second condition is also true, that PA into PB into PC, this condition is also satisfied if 1 and 2 both are true, then ABC are mutually independent events. Right? So this way independent events for 3 events are there, and here pairwise independent event and mutually independent event both are there. Okay, so you just understand this both the things, because both the things are very useful for our course, right? So this is independent event. Now we go for the next one. 13.2 exercise, first sum. PA is 3 by 5 and PB is 1 by 5. PA is 3 by 5 and PB is 1 by 5. Then find PA intersection B. If A and B are independent event. Right? So here A and B are independent event. So PA intersection B is equal to PA into PB. Therefore 3 by 5 into 1 by 5 is 3 by 25, which is our required answer. Now we go for the next one. Second sum is given that 2 cards are drawn at random without replacement from the pack of 52 playing cards. Find the probability that both the cards are black. Here total we want to obtain 2 cards. 2 cards are selected from the given okay. So here we take A and B, the event that drawing a black card in first and second drawn respectively. Okay, so PA is first drawn, and out of this 26 black cards, you remember this thing, there are only two types of color in cards. First is red and second is black, but in black there are two types of black are there. So we take 26 cards and we drawn out of 26 only one card, and out of 52 we get 1 by 2. So in first drawn we take first, or we select first black card from the given 26 pack of 26 card of black, and from 52 card of all total pack of the cards. Now PB. Now one drawn is completed. So we can say that one card, black card, is removed from the given this total pack of the 52 cards. So now remaining cards are 51 and remaining black cards are 25. So now second is 25 into 51, right? So remember this thing very carefully, that you drawn one card from the given pack of the total cards. Therefore one card you remove from black and also as well as total cards. So now we want to find both the cards are black. Then it is PA intersection B. It is both the cards are black. So it is independent event and PA into PB. So here we have 1 by 2 into 25 upon 51. It is 25 upon 102. Right? So this is our answer, that the probability that both the cards are black, then the probability is 25 upon 102. Okay, then we go for the next one. Okay, now third one. In third, a box of orange is inspected by examining 3 randomly selected orange drawn without replacement. If all the 3 orange are good, the box is approved for sale, otherwise it is rejected. Find the probability that a box containing 15 oranges, out of which 12 are good and 3 are bad ones, will be approved for the sales. Here total 15 orange are given, in which 12 are good and 3 are bad. Right? Now our first event is A, that the first orange can be selected, be good. Means good orange can be, first good orange can be selected. Okay, so here PA is equal to what? Out of 12 good oranges, we select 1. So 12 C1 upon 15 C1. It is 4 by 3. Now B is the second good orange can be selected. So therefore, but here first good is selected previously. So we can say that PB total mangoes are left is 14, and from which 11 are good. So we select 11, out of 11 we select 1 and 14 we put as it is. This is our second. Now C is the third good orange. Third good orange can be selected. Okay, therefore here two good oranges are removed out of 12. So 10 are left and total 13s are left. So PC is equal to 10 by 13. Now we want to select all the good orange. The probability that all oranges are good is P, A intersection B intersection C, and these three are independent event. So we directly put PA into PB into PC, which is 4 by 3, 11 by 14 and 10 by 13. After some simplification, we find the answer of this is 44 by 91. So this way, the total probability that the three oranges are good and the box is selected for the cell is 44 by 91. Okay, so this way we can do this one very easily. Now we go for the next one, fourth one. In fourth sum, a fair point and an unbased die are tossed. Okay, a sample space for a fair point and an unbased die are tossed is equal to S, which is H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5 and T6. Okay, now it is given that let A be the event that head appear on the coin. A be the event that head appear on the coin. Then PA, or it is H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and H6. And B is the event that 3 on die. 3 on die. Then here 3 on die is two-way, H3 and T3, right? And here the probability of event A is equal to 6 by 12, it is 1 by 2, and PB it is 2 by 12, which is 1 by 6. Okay, now we want to find that the number is then check whether A and B are independent event or not. Okay, so here first we find PA and PB. Now we find P A intersection B. So here first of all, A intersection B, there is only one element which is common. So we can say that H3 is the only common element. So PA intersection B is equal to 1 by 12. Okay, this is our first result. And PA into PB is equal to 1 by 2 and 1 by 6. It is also 1 by 12. So from 1 and 2, 1 is equal to 2 means PA intersection B is equal to PA into PB, and we can say that A and B are independent events, right? So this way we can observe, or we can conclude that these two events are independent events. Okay, so this way we can find our answer. Now we go for the fifth one. Fifth sum is a die marked 1, 2, 3 in red and 4, 5, 6 in green is tossed. Let A be the event that the number is even and B be the event that the number is red. Are A and B are independent? Here in first, a die marked 1, 2, 3 in red and 4, 5, 6 in green. But here total sample space is U or S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, in which these 3 are red and these 3 are green. Now this thing is obtained. Now A is the event that the number is even. A1. A event that number is even. So number is even, it means what? Here we have 2, 4 and 6, right? So this is A, and PA is equal to 3 by 6, or it is 1 by 2. Same way B is the event that the number is red. Therefore the red numbers are only 1, 2 and 3. Therefore PB is also 1 by 2. Now A intersection B. A intersection B is only 2. So therefore PA intersection B is equal to 1 by 6. This is our first result. And PA into PB, it is 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. It is 1 by 4. Therefore 1 is not equal to 2. Therefore A and B are not independent events, right? So this way we can find that this A and B are not independent events. So this way we can complete our fifth sum. Okay, so in this sum, first we find the event that the number is even, which is PA, which is 1 by 2, and event that the number is red, which is PB, which is 1 by 2 also. A intersection B is only 2. Therefore PA intersection B is equal to 1 by 6, and PA into PB is 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, which is 1 by 4. Now 1 by 6 and 1 by 4 are not equal. Therefore we can say that PA intersection B is not equal to PA into PB. It means A and B are not independent events. Okay.